Welcome. Take It Up with Jessica Lee. I'm here with Matt Kanaskie, who is the VP of Sales at Marco Technologies. Welcome, Matt.
Thanks, Jessica. Thanks for having me.
I am delighted to talk with you because I love your sales career growth, the journey you've been joining Marco's back way when you were managing just a hosted voice business, and that organically grew the business and providing a larger portfolio of services to the mid-market. So let me just say that your company provides managed services for IT services and also copier management. Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah, we have a very strong managed IT and managed print practice, and absolutely, I joined the company and brought in some cloud solutions like cloud voice and unified communications.
Okay, so the company has been growing. Obviously, you've been doing something very well, and the strategy has worked. And I would love to hear the lessons learned that you could share with those out there, because I think there's a lot of resellers and managed service providers who would appreciate hearing the success story. And how did you grow the business, expand the portfolio, and reach the target of clients? I know you talk about like very closely defining that segment, that profile, and going after the sweet spots.
Yeah. So key to our success of growth has been focus, as you were alluding to there. One of the key focus points for us is knowing our ideal customer profile and knowing a propensity to buy profile along with that customer, combined with the available wallet share and the propensity of that wallet share coming to us as a single source technology provider. So for us, we focus in the small, medium business space where we can provide the most value with our portfolio solutions, and those customers have the highest probability of consuming the products that are valuable to them. Now, what's also contributed to growth for us is a focus, a customer-centric focus. So listening and understanding our customers, having customer advisory groups, having them provide feedback every time we do a service engagement or a support ticket, and constantly refining the end user experience or the client experience has allowed us to bring our products and solutions closer to the customer demands and staying flexible with what customers are truly requesting from us, because if we can deliver on one product, there's a high probability that they'll consume the next product from us, and we offer a lot of different products, so we want them to keep coming back for more.
You started out, or the company started out selling copiers. Then you realize you're touching the network, so why not sell network services? And then it's the phone. And now you have a very strong position that you can come in and provide any one particular issue, and from there land and expand, right?
Absolutely correct. You know, it even started before copiers. We were in office supplies and typewriters, and you know, that business also had a consumable. It had a product. It had, you know, ribbons, and there was a service component to it to keep the machine working. Mm-hmm. Now that evolved into copiers, and the recurring model of copiers is the copier service and toner. Then, like you stated, copiers became connected to the network, and once it was on the network, well, we had to start getting into IT. So we built out an IT practice, and within the context of IT, which is a pretty broad universe, that's what brought in voice solutions, audio video solutions, physical security. You know, the list goes on. And then as we get to today, that's converted to cloud and managed services and subscriptions and all things as a service. So it just continues to evolve, and we continue to keep our portfolio relevant and shift with the industry.
So as a sales leader, how do you motivate the sales team and identify the right fit to join your team?
So, well, the easy money is compensations plan. Truly, they drive behavior. But, you know, maintaining attainable goals while also stretching them to strive into products or services that are new or emerging for the company. So our sales strategy is to have a single sales representative cover the whole portfolio of offerings that we have, and then surround them with consultants and specialization that can help get into the tactical and technical components of a solution. But ultimately, one salesperson is going to own that relationship with our customer, because that's the customer demand. They want to talk to one person, even though there's a lot of people behind the scenes. Now, motivating them is to bring relevant content and training material to them, helping keeping them educated on the industry trends, not only on products and features, but also the business outcomes and the value proposition to the consumers. That's likely more important than what it does as a product. It's really what does it do for their business. Mm-hmm. And you know, we feed the salespeople with that content, with that information, and that's motivating to them as they're staying relevant and evolving their careers. And you know, combine that with compensation that focuses on the most valuable aspects to our business and the most valuable aspects to our customers. If we can align those two, and that happens to be the most fruitful outcome for a sales rep, then we've got a winning formula for driving growth.
It seems like there's a lot they have to learn, and the new technology keep on coming on, and new products, and then you're managing all of this to provide a great customer experience. But the rep has to be learning all the time and staying on top of the innovation out there, and also like handle objections or talking about competitors. How do you ensure that they are being trained and learning and really retaining the right information?
Well, you're absolutely correct on that. There is a wide array of information and knowledge to be had out there, and multiple sources. So we do put a focus on curating the content that's relevant and focused towards their technical development, and put people through a curriculum of sorts, a learning track that takes a 101, 102, 103 throughout a technology. And then also we'll align that with manufacturer trainings or product relevant trainings, and then internal training. So I know I say training, and that's a big focus of a lot of organizations, but I believe the key there is curating it and feeding it along a path or a journey that actually delivers the outcome that the customer is looking for. So again, we can drown in features and product nomenclature, speeds and feeds, whatever it may be. Really what matters is what it is, what it does, and why that's valuable to a customer. How does it create business value to the customer? So we tend to focus there, and then we allow our sales engineers and our sales consultants to get highly technical and down into designing, scoping, configuring. So we keep the sales people around the business outcomes and business value of the solutions. So that helps soften the demand of training requirements.
I know you're in the middle of trying to bring in a change where sales reps who were handling, say, the copier business, and then you have a separate rep who was handling the IT business. And now you're making that change so that the customer has only one rep to handle all of both the copier and the IT services. How is that transition going for you?
Well, it's certainly not without its challenges. As you can imagine, we're merging two entirely different business units together. However, the general consensus is it's a positive move as we understand this is where we should be and where our customers want us to be. They want to maintain a relationship with their trusted advisor or their technology advisor, which is what we call our sales reps, and really rely on that person for the day-to-day relationship and a source of information. And then enable that person to gather whatever they need within our organization and bring it back to that end user client. So I think right now the challenge is really seeing how we're going to get there, but the whole workforce is positive we can get there, and they do believe it's the right move. Going through that, we have different sales strategies, different tracking methodologies, different financial reporting. So there's a lot of things that are merging together that are truly different on both sides of our business. However, we like to see the opportunity of utilizing best practices and learning from each other to strengthen what core values we already had on each side of the business, our IT and copier side. Both successful divisions, we like to believe putting them together makes them even more successful, and we take the best of both worlds.
Let's take a look at the future. Given that we do see the cloud has been the ongoing trend, software as a service, cloud-based, where are some of the changes that you're seeing so that we can understand the shift the demand, the trend, the marketplace, and then you can then position your solutions engineers and your technology advisors to be ready to help clients.
Well, this is quite a transformational section for us. A large part of our revenue and profitability came from data center infrastructure sales. And in the small, medium business space, that's a slightly eroding market. And those are the customers with the highest propensity to quickly move all of their assets to cloud. So to accommodate that shift, we've had to not only look at our financials differently and also look at our compensation plans differently, remodel partner agreements to be prepared for that shift. So that's kind of the corporate business side. On the sales side, we've really had to build up. We actually have brought in some different sales engineers with the skill set heavily in the Microsoft portfolio with the activity around 365 and Azure. We do a lot of business there, and that's required a different skill set for those migrations. And we've built out that practice, and we've built out sales engineers there that are capable of doing those calculations and conversions. And we've adjusted our financials to track for the wall of growth on recurring revenue in cloud computing consumption, as well as keeping an eye on the decline of traditional data center, SAN server type sales. And so we're currently playing the seesaw balancing act between the two, and that's kind of current state right now in 2020. But we are very mindful of the shift and prepared to go there. I'll say right now, the most backlog technical people we have are Microsoft. There are so many conversions going on as we're moving people to 365 and Azure on a weekly basis. That's where the most demand in our current staff is. And so we see great opportunity there. We're very well positioned to capitalize on that. And we actually used to run our own private data center and cloud solution. And the demand has been so high that we've actually moved out of that business and fully committed to public cloud providers.
Wow. Okay. Your thoughts on automation, business analytics, AI, that kind of service that companies, maybe smaller companies, may not have the skills to do, but can certainly benefit. And in your position as a managed service provider, are you actually including some of those more advanced analytics and I would say AI and automation type of capabilities to your offering?
So I would say analytics, yes. We're very heavy on the data tracking, analyzing, and using that to validate and prove our work, as it's a highly important component of managed services. The trick with doing managed services really well is if you're really good at it, customers actually never know about it. Because you're so good at it, they're not doing tickets. So there's some irony in being highly effective at managing someone's environment. We are implementing automation from probes on people's networks, creating automated tickets and alerts and alarms, bringing those to a network operations center or security operations center, and then having analysts sift through that. The trick there is to not completely auto-generate tickets, because bots can create a lot of tickets with a lot of false alarms, so we're filtering through that before they actually hit a board and start getting analytics on them. The opportunity, we do see a growing opportunity in the SMB space. What I see the current state with our customers is they have a ton of data. They have more data than they even know that they have. But they're not really monetizing it, they're not really capitalizing on it, and they don't really know how to get it, extract it, mold it into something actionable. That is an emerging future business unit or business opportunity that we see, although we're not actively pursuing that this year. We're doing it internally to prove the value and create some use cases and some business benefits, so that way we can deliver it externally. And that's been a common practice for us as well, is using our own telephony solutions or using our own cloud solutions or using our own IT support desk for our entire corporation. We know that this ties back to the sales rep training. When sales reps use and consume the product, they're way better at selling it. So when it's in their hands and they're using the technology, it's a lot easier to articulate what it does and how it works and why there's a benefit.
Are you looking to expand geographically? I know that you have a certain area that you're doing very well in the U.S., but are you planning to go beyond? I forgot, where are you focusing, Matt?
Currently, our biggest density is in the upper Midwest in the United States, but we have recently expanded to the East Coast. So we now operate in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Maryland. We absolutely do have a national expansion plan, and that's going to be primarily through acquisition. We tend to acquire in adjacent markets to states that we already operate in due to the logistics of being able to facilitate field work or have technicians service customers for copier or IT or voice. But we do service customers nationwide as well, and we've got a great subcontractor network that we're integrated in with, and we facilitate orders nationwide currently. So we are going to continue down a national expansion path, and we're always looking for opportunities for people to join the portfolio and join the family. And that has primarily been driven through independent copier dealers. And then we organically overlay and build IT into the market and grow from that copier into IT transition.
Great. Well, this has been a very good conversations to learn about the managed service provider, and you in particular, Marco Technologies, covering the mid-market and how you're providing value, and just hearing the journey of how the company expanded from typewriters to this huge portfolio of services, being a one-stop shop for those mid-market companies. Thank you, Matt, for being on the show and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thanks so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
There you have it. Take it up with Jessica Lee, Matt Kanaskie from Marco Technologies.